Hi guys, Lindsay
And Tracy.
here with Storybrook Family Farm. There's like a really awkward glare. No matter which way we turned, there was like no getting away from it. So you guys are just gonna have to deal with us being all squinty. But so we kind of came to a decision as to what to do with our heat situation. So after many nights of not sleeping, my good friend Insomnia brought me some ideas and stuff of all of the potential solutions and outcomes and all of the things that could go terribly wrong. Thankfully, that's what Insomnia is good at. But so, with saying that, we kind of came to the conclusion, well, I did, that literally our only option at this point is to keep moving forward with having a wood burner, with doing wood heat. I had even thought about and looked into potentially getting an electric furnace to throw in the house, like taking all of the stove piping back, because, what we had wasn't, our original plan wasn't working. I thought about that we could take all of the stovepiping back, so then that way we had the money to buy an electric furnace. But then Tracy so lovingly reminded me that we don't want to pay that kind of electric bill and stuff.
And not be warm.
Yeah, because we would have to basically, it'd be like when we lived in the trailer before, of, paying hundreds of dollars more in the wintertime for an electric bill, and we still would be freezing.
Yeah.
And stuff. And you figure too, I already got like close to 3 cords of wood already cut, split, stacked, ready to go, and stuff that's already seasoned. Like I've been working quite a lot on getting firewood. Yellow jacket buzzing around by the phone. Hopefully we don't get stung. Kind of want to like get up and move.
I was
now.
gonna say I thought about saying, okay, well, I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, we'll walk this way. Just to let the yellow jacket have its space. We both got stung recently by... Oh, you're going to grab your chair, not mine?
I'm bringing my chair because it holds the gate shut.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because the hose down in the basement in case we find another snake.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, so we had thought about, doing the whole electric furnace thing. And, we quickly decided that that was not the route that we wanted to go. So we have a Menards card. And I had the brainstorm idea of, well, we could just use the Menards card to buy a different wood burner, a smaller one, a lighter one, so that way I can go in the living room, which is the original old part of the house that doesn't have as good of flooring and stuff, so that's why we can't move the wood stove that we have now. That's why we can't move it into the living room, because we would have to do significant amount of bracing to the floor, and it would cost probably $1,000 just to get all this stuff to beef up all of the floor to be able to withstand carrying it from the back of the house all the way to the front of the house through a bunch of different rooms and stuff. It was just, the logistics of that plan are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we decided to look at Menards to see what kind of wood stoves they had, because I knew that they had some, but they just don't carry them like in stock and stuff. So we got one that was like $700 or something.
$750.
Yeah. And there's, with Menards, they have the awesome like 11% rebate and all that stuff.
So we get like almost a $90 rebate.
Yeah. So that'll be nice and helpful for future projects. But we got the Menards card when we first got this house because we did not have the money to buy the stove that we needed. So we were able to get a Menards card, and if you spend over, what is it?
It's over $299. It's 6 months, same as cash.
Yeah. So it's interest free. So we knew that was kind of our only option. So that way we had the cash to buy the rest of the stovepipe that we're going to need, because, we were originally, I'll spin and show you guys. So originally the stove was going to go on the addition part of the house, and it was just going to be vented up and have to go just a little bit past the roof and stuff on the other side, not here. But now the wood stove is going to go in the original location of a wood stove, which was right over here. That block right there, that square right above my finger, that is where the original wood stove vented out and stuff of the wall. There was a really bad shaped chimney right there that was like falling down. So when we had the roof done, we had them fix that and take it down and then fix any of the issues that were behind the wall and stuff. So that's where the wood stove is going to go now. But it's going to require quite a bit more piping than what we had already bought. We had already figured out that we underbought for the 1-story addition and stuff. So now to go up way a lot higher and stuff, we're going to have to buy, what was it, like 3 more pieces that we figured out? Or was it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. So we got to get 3 more pieces. We got to get an extender piece to go out the hole for the wall and stuff, so that way it pushes it out even further, so that way once we get up by the gutter, then it's not touching the gutter. So it's basically a whole big mess that we've gotten ourselves into. But it'll be nice because of the fact that, like, we did get contacted about leasing our oil rights here. So that check should be coming in like the next month or two. So we'll be able to pay off the Menards card. That's the only reason that we did that and stuff, because we do not like having any sort of debt, any form of debt. Like, we are very much against it and stuff. But boy, that Menards card is sure come in handy. Yeah, like when we got the new roof and everything, we had a little bit left over to pay off the Menards card from selling the camper and stuff. So that was super nice to be able to have that paid off and ready to go and stuff, so that way when we came into another hurdle, then we could just go ahead, use that, and then use the cash that we had to finance other projects, or like for the roof issue or for the chimney thing and stuff. We have to pay somebody to do that. Like, there is no way that either of us are going that high. Like, I was very scared being on the addition roof and stuff. Like, it is quite high, and I do not like heights, and I don't like falling. Like, the whole time I was up there, I just kept thinking about, like, I got to be really careful, because if I fall, I could break both my legs or I could die. Like, that's all I could think about. And all I could think about too is like how scared I was. I didn't want Tracy to come out there because I didn't want to watch her fall off of it, and it just I'm a worrier sometimes. But yeah, so that is our tentative plan. Since Menards does not carry those stoves in stock, we've had to wait a few days to go get the stove. So on the,
I think it's the tentative delivery date to Menards is Monday, the 9th.
Yeah, so we're going to pick that up on Monday. They're supposed to let us know if it's there or not. So when we go and pick that up, and Tracy's ordered the stovepipe, the rest of the stovepipe that we need, she's got that order going and placed and all that stuff. So once we get that picked up, we are going to call the roofer guy, the Amish guy that did our roof, because he had said that he's never hooked up a wood stove before, but that he'd be more than willing to come out and do it, because he does heat with wood, so he knows like the fundamental basics of don't burn your house down. So that'll, and plus he's not afraid of heights. We already know he's got a ladder long enough and tall enough that he can get up there.
Yeah.
And stuff. So that is our tentative plan. Hopefully it will not cost us too terribly much to have him come run the outside parts, because we're going to do the inside parts. That's why we're waiting till we have the stove, so then that way I can do, or Tracy can do, one of us can do all of the internal stuff before he comes out to slap the outside stuff on. But it is kind of down to the wire, because of the fact that, like, tomorrow actually the high is only like 54.
Yeah.
And the low is, I think, 38. So yeah, kind of sketchy. So we definitely will have the electric heater cranked up tonight, so then that way I can maintain some of the heat and stuff in the house. So far we've been able to keep it, relatively comfortable and stuff with just the little space heaters. But once it gets significantly colder, there ain't no way that them little space heaters.
Our mini split is being hooked up a week from Monday.
Yeah, we have a mini split which does heat and cool. So we've had that for years now. When we lived in the trailer, actually, my dad had installed it for us and stuff to help out with to give us some air conditioning and to help out to supplement the heat, because they are very, very efficient. However, they do not work for heat if it's below like 37 or 38 degrees. So we would have to run the wood stove for that. But so once we get that bad boy put in, then we don't have to worry so terribly much about burning through a massive amount of firewood. So it's just, I also got to get a bunch of work done for that, to get that prepped, the site prepped for that, and a stand built for it and everything ready. So it's just been, it's been like we take one step forward and then end up making it so we have to take 10 more steps. Like, it's just like, I don't know, it's hard to explain how we start doing one project that then leads us into doing another mass of collective. Somebody went down the road. Gotta do the country folk thing of waving to everybody. I kind of like it though.
I know, at least they wave now and they don't just like give us weird looks.
Yeah, I think people have realized that we're not just like flippers and flipping this house. Like, that's what the garden would have been an indication, or the chickens, or the turkeys, or whatever. But
the fact that we are all living here constantly.
Yeah. But people are slow, I guess, at getting things. But So yeah, it's kind of frustrating because it feels like when we start one project, it opens up a whole can of worms of multiple other projects that we then have to do. So it is kind of getting exhausting and tiring because like I'm ready for a break. My knees are ready for a break and stuff. I did a whole bunch of tuck pointing yesterday, so I'm quite sore today for being knelt down so much around the basement and filling holes. But hopefully, I'm hoping that I got all of the holes filled so we don't have any more issues with snakes coming in. Um, there was a hole that was like the size of my fist that I found because I dug down a little bit because there's a crack and a gap. So I dug down some and then I found this huge mega hole and I was like, oh, that might be how some stuff's getting in there. Maybe how the chipmunk got in there and stuff before we moved in. Like, who knows? But yeah, so everything's moving along. Just wanted to give an update though, so that way nobody was super duper worried about us this weekend and stuff because it is going to be colder. So
We'll be fine.
hopefully by sometime next week or the week after, we will have our wood stove hooked up, put in, and all that stuff done. So yeah, that's about all that's been going on with us. Is we've just been working like crazy and not sleeping much. Well, you've been able to sleep, I haven't, but no.
We take turns.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's almost like one of us has to stay awake to keep watch for the other one and stuff. So like, Tracy gets a lot more sleep than I do because apparently I have to stay awake for longer. So, but yeah, so if you're enjoying our content, please give our videos a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We would greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.